Alright, so as per request, somebody asked me to put up a video for the top 10 position players in Major League Baseball. So that's what I'm going to do today. Non-pitching players. A lot of them are obvious. Well, pretty much they're all obvious anyway, but I'm sure we have mostly a consensus. That said, there are two players from the Houston Astros I do have on list that could be easily replaced with two other players because of what's going on, and we just don't know how much they benefited from what's going on, the Stein stealing scandal and so on and so forth. So I do take that, with half an asterisk of some sort. But, they were legit before they came to the major leagues as well, so they have performed. So I just don't know. Once we determine, once we get a better idea of how much they benefited from the Houston Astros scandal, then I'll likely remove them from the list and to replace them with two other people. But in the meantime, they have performed in the clutch consistently, regularly, and the impact to the team and how they perform, it puts them in the top 10 players in Major League Baseball. So with that said, I'm going to go to my list. I'm also going to post a couple of videos down below. If this is your first time watching my channel and you're a baseball fan, this channel is for you. So please click that subscribe button because I don't want you missing out on any new videos. And I do post new videos every other day, and I have about 2.5 dozen videos already on my channel that I think you'd enjoy, from MLB free agent predictions. I did a team-by-team breakdown of every single team for what I think they should do in the offseason versus what I think they will do in the offseason. And now that, today, Braves signing Cole Hamels and the Phillies signing Zach Wheeler kind of changes the landscape. We got a lot of surprises going on so far, and things are just getting heated up. So it's going to be an interesting offseason, especially next week when the winter meetings begin. So anyway, with that said, let's get to my list here. Number one is obvious, Mike Trout. Okay, he's the best player in baseball. He's a generational talent. I mean, center field, he would make any team better, and he proves he's actually one of these guys who gets better in some category every single year. It's pretty remarkable. I do think right now, if he retired, he'd be a Hall of Famer. Number two, Mookie Betts, right field, also a franchise-altering player. He is a player whom I think is going to be traded this offseason, and to the National League, most likely. Number three, the other player who I think is going to be traded as well this offseason, Francisco Lindor, shortstop for the Cleveland Indians. Another legit player. If you want to know where I think they're going to be traded, take a look at my videos. I have 5 bold trade proposals before the season starts. I have things that should happen during the winter meetings. I have team-by-team breakdown. So if you want a Red Sox breakdown and a trade proposal with him, take a look at my Red Sox video. If you want an Indians trade proposal with him, take a look at my Indians video, and so on. Number 4, Nolan Arenado, third baseman from the Colorado Rockies. Another one, absolute stud, one of the best defensive third basemen, or if not the best defensive third baseman in baseball. He's another guy. The Rockies locked him up for $260 or $280 million, and I'm sure he'll be worth mostly every penny when it's all said and done. He's my number 4. Number 5 is one of the Astros, Jose Altuve, second baseman for the Houston Astros. The smallest, I think, the shortest person in baseball as well. But again, a clutch hitter, hits for power, hits for average. He's hitting the clutch. He's won batting titles. He's won pretty much everything. I think he's won MVPs. He's won all kinds of awards, and he's got a world championship to his resume as well. Number 6, Christian Yelich from Milwaukee Brewers, right fielder. They better lock him up now, man. They better give him money now before he gets on the market. And he's my personal opinion is probably the 1 or 2 best players in the National League. If not number 1 or number 2. Between him and Nolan Arenado, my 2 best players in the National League. Position players. He's an absolute stud. Number 7, Jose Ramirez. Some guy is one of these guys that not everybody talks about. He's a third baseman for the Cleveland Indians, but he's consistent every year. He's clutch every year. He's a really good hitter, and he's a really good third baseman. And he's definitely in my top 10. He's number 7 right now. If you don't know about him, you should look him up a little bit, look into him, and he's one of the reasons the Indians are so good. And him and Lindor are the 2 kind of offensive backbones of that team. Number 8, Alex Bregman, the other Houston Astro third baseman, another young player. He was the number 2 pick in the draft, so you already know he's legit. Stud player, he's one of the best third basemen in the American League. Hits in the clutch, hits for average, hits for power. He hits when you need him to hit. So, number 9, Aaron Judge, right fielder from the New York Yankees, rookie of the year, 52 home runs as a rookie. And he's had some injuries, some freak injuries and things like that, but still averaged about 27 to 30 home runs even in the years where he's missed almost a half a year. So and on a full season average, he averages about 50 homers a year. Just got to keep him healthy now. And he's one of the big giant. He's 6'7", I think 270 pounds, but he can move like some of these other guys. I mean, he moves like some of these, like Christian Yelich does, and except he's just twice his size. So it's one of the things that's really remarkable about him is how well he moves for how big he is. And he's the face of the New York Yankees, so he's love having him in the Yankees. And number 10, Manny Machado, polarizing player, but absolute stud third baseman. And I think it was a really good move that the Padres signed him last year. He'll be the backbone to that offense, and he'll help those other younger guys develop as well. Really good defensive third baseman as well. He was a great shortstop, but I think he's better at third base actually because his range is not as adept as it was a couple years ago. So I think it was a good move to move over to third base. He's got a gun for an arm. He's accurate. He's a great hitter. And people, even though his contract was big, 10 years, $300 million, people expected 40 home runs and 140 RBIs every year. He still had a pretty solid year. He had almost 100 RBIs. He had over 30 home runs. So he still put up numbers, as did Bryce Harper, who's kind of in my next tier. With those big contracts comes huge expectations. So that goes without saying. This just comes with the territory. But here's my top 10. Let me know what you think. If you have any other players who you think might be a better fit, and you want to swap them out with somebody here, just put them in the comments down below. If you like this, please click the like button. The more likes I get, the better it is for the YouTube algorithm, and the more people who will get to see it because YouTube will be, sharing the video more regularly. So please click that like button, and please click the subscribe button and the bell next to it as well. And share this with all your friends and family who are baseball fans. I want to know what they think as well. Let's get the baseball fan community kind of interacting here so that we're not always relying on what ESPN says or the MLB Network and so on and so forth. I want to know what you guys think. So, and I respond to all comments. I do also accommodate all requests as well. So if you want me to put out a specific video of some sort, just let me know and I'll be happy to do it. All right? So, again, I hope you enjoyed this. Happy holidays. Look out for my next video. Talk to you next time.